What's going on, guys? So my name's Philip, and normally I talk about fitness, but besides talking about fitness, there's a few other things I like to talk about. I can't talk about them on Facebook because they're way too divisive, religion and politics. Well, sometimes I get into politics a little bit, but not really so much religion. So the last thing that I like to talk about, talk shit about, is dating, especially like the way that males handle things versus females. Okay, so tonight, we were sitting at dinner. I went over to my mom's house. She cooked this awesome roast, and we got to talking about relationships and hanging out with friends and yada yada yada. And this my brother's girlfriend's mom's sitting there over on the side. She's like, they got to talking about why I don't really hang out with friends. And I was like, I just don't really see the point. I don't see the point in going out and meeting a couple dudes at the bar, maybe some dudes and some chicks, and having some drinks, and then just shooting the shit. That just really does not seem like a very productive time to me. And little brother's mom's friend, bless her heart, little brother's girlfriend's mom, bless her heart, she's like, but Philip, the whole point is to socialize. So then, I went on a rant. It wasn't an angry rant, it was just a rant because all of my friends are successful entrepreneurs, and most of them are married, or if they're not married, they work all the time. They don't have time to hang out. I don't have time to hang out. And those are the people that if I were going to hang out somewhere, I would hang out with them, because I want to talk about the things that they want to talk about, like money, success, badass cars, going places in life. I don't want to sit around and talk about family drama, relationship drama, work drama, drama, because that makes you get stuck in the mindset of drama. If you sit there and you talk to your friend, Josephina, about some problem at your job, she's going to reinforce that problem that, oh my God, that sucks, that happened to me too. Versus if I sit down and talk to my buddy Kyle, he's like, yo, Phil, guess what? I just made 10 G's, doing this, or this. I'm like, oh, holy shit. Now I want to go make 10 G's doing whatever I want to do. Okay, so it makes me want to do better versus when I sit there and I talk about pointless bullshit like relationship problems or, other people with, people, then it reinforces those problems and makes them more real. It makes me focus on problems instead of focusing on solutions or something that would make my life better, making more money, because money doesn't cheat on you. It doesn't cause drama for you. It really doesn't do a lot of those things because it's an inanimate object, and it doesn't have feelings, so you can kind of control it. Unlike relationships, because women and men, we both have separate feelings, and you never know what one person's feeling, so there's always this kind of weird vibe of miscommunication, just because there is miscommunication, because nobody's feelings are ever the same. Okay, everybody's kind of on a different page, even if it's just slightly, you're just kind of skewed. All right, so anyways, we're getting into that, and this kind of brings me to my next point. She's like, yeah, you got to hang out with your girlfriends, got to socialize, yada yada yada. So here we go. We got Kathy. She's gets into an argument with her husband Joe. Joe says something mean. And this is why, ladies, you shouldn't talk to your girlfriends about your problems. Joe says something mean. Kathy's like, oh, that's kind of hurtful. Goes to happy hour with Joan and Francine. Joan and Francine were like, oh, Kathy, why do you look down? Kathy's like, oh, I just got into an argument with my husband, and, he told me that my hair was too long. And maybe I should go get it colored because it doesn't match my eyes. And so then Jonah and Francine and Oh my God, what an asshole, Kathy. Like, why are you with him if he said something like that to you? She's like, so then, she's kind of defensive of her husband. She's like, no, I don't think he meant it like that. But like, in the back of her mind, she's like mulling it over. She's not letting it go. She's like, maybe Joe was being a dick. So then the next day, she's still kind of mad at Joe. So instead of going on their date night, she's like, yeah, you said that thing yesterday, so I'm going to go hang out with Susan and Kathleen instead. So she's out with Susan and Kathleen, and, she's still kind of like thinking about it, and they're like, Kathy, girl, have another margarita. What's wrong, honey? It's happy hour. They're half off. Come on, drink up, girl. I'll pay for it. It's fine. No big deal. Just have fun. So Kathy's like, Joe and I have this date night every Friday where like, we go out and he'll get a steak and, I'll get a steak, and then we'll like have dinner, and then, we'll go back to the house, and like, that's like our sex night, and tonight I kind of bailed on him because he said something mean to me the other day, and like, I'm just really trying to, get past it and let it go, but it's kind of hard for me. And so then like her girlfriend's like, oh my God, Kathy, what did he say to you? And so Kathy's like, girls, he told me my hair is too short and or too long, and can't even keep my story straight here, too long, and it doesn't match my eyes. Oh man. And then those ladies, they're like, oh my God, girl, that is the worst thing he could ever tell you. We are so here for you. If you ever need anything, like, please just call us. Like, meanwhile, they're leaving. Like, oh my God, Kathy, she's so stupid. Like, I can't believe she let his little comment get to her. Anyways, they're like, reinforcing this thought that Joe said this terrible thing. So now Kathy's like, oh my God. So then, in her head, it becomes, Joe doesn't like how I look. Joe thinks I'm ugly. Joe doesn't love me anymore because Joe isn't around. Because Joe is cheating on me. Oh my God. So then she's just like, oh my God, like Joe must be cheating on her. Even though Joe this whole time has been working 90 hours a week out on the oil field to, pay for her because she can't keep a job because she's out with her friends all the time getting drunk. Okay? So, anyways, Joe comes home, and, usually when he gets home from the oil field, she's like real affectionate, jumps his nuts, whatever, but this time he comes home and she like gives him a peck on the lips. He's like, what's the deal? So then it just erupts into this argument because, a couple hours go by and he's like, what's wrong, blah, blah, blah. She's like, stop asking me what's wrong. Nothing's wrong. And if you keep asking, then I'm just going to be mad and I'm not going to want to talk to you. So then, she's really angry at Joe by this point. She's like, how can he not know what's wrong? He's been cheating on me and I can't believe that he hasn't told me. Blah, 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 blah. So then, she doesn't have sex with him because she's mad at him. And then Joe's like, what the fuck's going on? So it starts messing with Joe's head. So then, he goes back out to the oil field, comes back 2 weeks later. It happens again, but maybe a little bit worse. So then he comes back. It's been 6 weeks now, 8 weeks, whatever. The wound has festered. Kathy is like this full-blown, just series on how Joe's been sleeping with this girl named Deborah and how they've like had a baby together now, and he's like living out there in West Texas with her, out in the oil field, and like they have this crazy life together. Meanwhile, like, he thinks she's ugly and that's why he didn't have sex with her, even though she's the one that doesn't have sex with him because she thinks that he thinks she's ugly and is like cheating on her with this invisible woman. Okay, so then he comes home and she's, you know, he tries to again be affectionate. You know, he's been out for a long time, has got laid in like, you know, probably like 10 weeks by this point. And, you know, because Joe's faithful, you know, I mean, he wouldn't freaking work all that time and send money back to his wife to spend it, you know, for no reason, you know. I mean, geez, this time he's like, all right, the hell's deal, you will not have sex with me, you won't kiss me, you won't touch me, you won't hug me, blah, blah, blah. And she flips out. I want a divorce. You've been cheating on me with Deborah, you son of a bitch. And of course she's like, what? And then, you know, she goes to his phone, searches his phone, nothing, you know, because he's been like a good dude. And then, you know, all she sees like text her his boys like, I don't know what's wrong with my wife, blah, 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 blah. She wants sex with me. She's like being all strange. And then she's like, you just deleted those texts because you knew you were guilty. So she files for divorce. Their marriage is done skis. Okay? Now, if she hadn't gone to happy hour with her friends, and if she had prioritized spending time with her husband, none of this would have happened because, you know, when she went out with her friends, what did they do? They talked about drama and bullshit. And that's what people talk about when they go out and hang out with their friends. Drama, bullshit, and irrelevant shit that it does nothing good for your life. You sit there and you focus on negative crap and you pound it into your head. And by the end of the time you're hanging out with your friends, you took this little bitty seed and you turned it into a mustard tree, okay, of negative thoughts and doubt. And you just like lost all of your drive, okay? When instead, you could have talked to your girl Chelsea over here, who's selling 10 grand of Arbonne a month and making bank and taking her husband on dates. And he only has to work part-time because she's a fucking badass bitch and she can pay their bills. But no, you want to go have a little pity party with your girls Kathleen, Francine, Joan, and then, god damn it, Susan. That's the other one. And they just make you feel more and more sorry for yourself, even though your man's out there slaving away. You know, he's this fucking terrible person because they cemented that thought into your head. Okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, this goes both ways. You hang out with idle people, you develop idle thoughts, and those turn into disasters and clusterfucks, okay? In this case, Kathy ruined a happy marriage that would have been fine if she didn't go out and have happy hour all the time with her damn friends. Okay, guys, it's the same thing. Go to the strip club with your friends. You talk shit about your wife, about how, like, you know, her boobs don't look as good as the girls on stage. Next thing you know, you're thinking your wife's inadequate. You stop having sex with her, then you cheat on her with your secretary or whoever. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh fuck, I really do love my wife, but she's getting a divorce from me because I gave her, you know, gonorrhea because I slept with my secretary. Alright, see, this is what happens when you sit there and you hang out with stupid people who don't have drive and ambition. And you catch that shit, okay? You catch that shit and then it hitches right on your life and it ruins it, okay? So that's why when I hang out with people, I hang out with people that are like either on my level or they're up here, okay? Like, I'm not gonna sit there and hang out with people and talk about girls and like boobs and whatever the hell guys talk about when they go out and get drinks. I wanna sit there and I wanna talk about investing, stock market, you know, that falls under investing, new business ideas, building ClickFunnels, websites, training, whatever. Like, those are the conversations I have with my friends. You know, they make us both want to do better in life. They're uplifting conversations. You know, we don't sit there and have a freaking pity party about our problems, you know, because when you talk about your problems, you make them real. And you know what else you do when you talk about your fucking problems? You make them everybody else's problem. And that drags you both down, okay? So if you have problems, write them down and then make them not problems, okay? So the way you make problems not problems is you write down 2 benefits of each problem, okay? So, like, let's say, all right, so Joe got a divorce from Deborah. or Deborah divorced Joe, I'm sorry, because he was cheating. Alright, Joe hasn't got laid in 10 weeks, so now what does Joe get to do? He gets to get laid. Guilt-free because he's not married anymore. And then now also a second positive from that is maybe he'll find a woman that will contribute financially to his life and like have sex with him more than once a week on a planned date because she just wants to please her man. Okay? Or, maybe a woman that will take him on dates, and then, maybe a woman that won't go hang out with her friends all the time and talk about idle bullshit because she's working and being productive, and then her and Joe talk about uplifting topics like maybe buying an investment property, because they're saving their money together. So see, Joe benefited. Now what's going to happen to Deborah? She's going to sit there and wonder and wonder and wonder. Did Joe really cheat on me? And you know what's going to happen to Deborah? She's going to sit and she's going to stew in that negativity, and she's going to keep going to go see her friends. They're going to keep going like, oh my God, Joe's an asshole. Joe's an asshole. He should have given you more money for that house. Oh, you poor baby. And eventually she's going to end up living with her mom when she's 40. And no men are going to want her because she's a negative Nancy. Okay, guys. So, moral of the story. Don't hang out with losers, okay? And this is why I don't have friends, because most people are not your friends. They're energy-sucking, life-sucking, blood-sucking leeches that will take your drive and motivation and turn you into this worthless husk like Kathy at the end of our story. All right, guys, thanks and have a great night.